So I'm in the process of making my RC390 into a full track bike. I've already disconnected the lights. There's no license plate on it anymore. I've got some more track specific tires and I've already replaced the rear sets here. So next up is going to be removing this kickstand. I haven't removed it yet just out of laziness, but I think, just to save the weight and also to not have this thing kind of hanging out so far here, I'm just going to remove it and leave it on the stands forever, I guess. So it would seem like it'd be pretty easy. There's only 2 bolts right here that would take the stand off, but there's also this kickstand switch at the back here, which I can't really show you, but that needs to be removed as well. And you can see it kind of runs up here and then behind the fairing somewhere. So it's not a super easy job to just unplug it, but I'm going to remove the fairing and see what we find. Now you can buy some kickstand safety switch bypasses or deletes, whatever you want to call them, that basically jump the plug. But from what I've seen, they're about $25 to $30 for one plug. And I'm kind of cheap, so I'm just going to see if I can jump the plug myself. So we're going to take the fairing off and see what we find and see where this goes. Okay, so with the fairing off, you can see that this is the wire that goes down to the sensor, and then it goes behind the frame here and to this white plug here. It's a little hard to get this plug out, but I found it was easiest to just disconnect this thing to get a little bit more room and then sneak your fingers in there and get it out. Okay, and so you can see it's unplugged now. There's just a little tab that you have to press down here and then it should slide out. It's a little tough to get to, but you should be able to get it. So I was kind of hoping that I could just short some of these pins together and I might get the safety stand switch to shut off. But I've tried all the combinations because there are 3 wires. I've tried all 3 and then all the combinations of both the wires, and nothing is seeming to turn that switch off. So what I'm going to do is put a magnet on the end of this switch right here, and that will also turn off the side stand safety switch light. So you might be asking, why am I removing this whole thing? Well, it's because I don't want it to be sitting on this bracket right here, because I want to remove this entire bracket with the side stand on it. And so this needs to be relocated elsewhere. I'm just going to plan on putting it under the seat just in case I need to access it, because if the magnet falls off or something else happens, it'd be nice to access it quickly. Now the other issue is, you can see here, I've already had to depin this connector right here. And that's because for some reason, KTM has routed this entire cable through this tiny hole here that you could see right here, this little gap. And neither the sensor nor the plug will actually fit through there. And so to get it out, I ended up depinning the connector up there. So you can see it's just these 3 spade connectors now. It's not too hard to do. If this will focus, there's 3 little white tabs there. And I have a full depinning kit here, so I just use one of these these little pokey things and pried it out. So as long as you're careful with the connectors, it shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so let me try and show you how this would work with the magnet. So I've got the side stand switch here plugged in. Let me just turn on the bike. And you can see up here it says side stand switch. So if I take the magnet, I have a tiny one right here in my hand, and if I just put it on, it's actually polarity specific. You can see it turns off. And if I remove the magnet, it turns back on. So kind of hard to see, sorry, but there's the magnet on there, just at the tip, and it's off. So plan is going to be to just heat shrink this on, make sure it's on there real secure, and then it should work. So everything is on, and the bike starts. Oops, camera almost fell off. Okay, and so here it is. I didn't have any heat shrink, so I just used some double-sided, really sticky 3M tape and then some fabric tape over that and stuck everything down, and it seems pretty solid. So it's a 3M tape that I used to stick the magnet to the sensor, and then this is what I covered it with. And now, no side stand switch, and I have no side stand at all. It was a little bit more involved, you know, having to depin everything to sneak everything out, and then taking off your fairings just to, and the tank cover just to kind of route everything. But now I can at least troubleshoot things if I need to under the seat. And I guess I've committed to the race bike life. Anyway, hopefully this helps you, and thanks for watching.